As game 1 is on Radhaset Station, and I haven't seen enough TVPs on this map to really have an opinion on it. We haven't seen too much of it just because of how often it's been vetoed. And here we go. We're getting into this and spawning in the top right hand corner of Radhaset Station as I quickly do fix up the names. To fix up the names, here we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player representing CranKy Gaming. It is herO. He's, of course, last night's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player he just took down. He just had his way with Clem, but can he have his way with a Protoss? It is GuMiho. Here we go. Oh my god. Already, Papi. I mean, again, this is a very turtley map. You have quite a defender's advantage on Radhaset Station. You can be very greedy, and here we go. CC first against Protoss. This is a rarity. It's a rarity in general, but you see it a little bit more commonly against Zerg. But here we see it against Protoss. It's going to be CC into a Rax. My oh my. So again, very economic. Likewise, behind this herO going for a Gate Cyber Expand. Everything looking normal so far. And I'm curious how the dynamic works here. So I do think a TVP plays out a little bit differently on Radhaset Station, because sure, you do have quite a formidable 3-base setup here, and even 4-base setup. But of course, Terrans are much more, I guess they're much more akin to going for drop play. You know, harassing comes a little bit more naturally here to the Terran race. So I'm curious if herO is going to be taking a more defensive role, and if he tries to turtle up and take advantage of the map, or if he goes to something a little bit different. Already behind this, 2 racks follow-up. Interesting. Reactor is on the way. I'm sure GuMiho is hoping is up against a Stargate opener, as herO is going for a follow-up sentry. With this sentry, you can gain access to a hallucinated scout to get a read on what exactly is going on. As our tech of choice is not a Stargate, it is a Twilight Council instead. So Twilight Council against the 3 racks, I would favor herO in this position. Again, 3 racks are ideal against Stargate openers typically, but herO opted not to go for that. Goes against the norm, against the grain. Go show Twilight Council instead. And of course, with this sentry, he should get a full scout of what's going on and very quickly realize that he is being 3-raxed. He's just making sure there's nothing hidden in the natural base. Of course, predictions have closed at this point, but best of luck to those of you that did predict. There we go. Oracle is zooming across the map. Gonna get eyes on the saturation, gonna get eyes on the natural base. We'll quickly check the third, just because we have seen a lot of fast 3 bases here from Terran. And he confirms the 3 Raxes as well as the factory on the way, and the NG Bay as well. So we'll be getting into +1 quite quickly here from GuMiho. But again, herO has scouted everything. Upon seeing this setup, he should be getting ready back at home, working towards a Robo, into a Robotics Bay, into additional sentries. The reason why is, ideally, I mean, obviously, 3 Vaxes, they hit without Medivacs. They usually hit without Medivacs. So, force fields here on this ramp will be key to defend, to hold on to this natural base. Now, the ramp is very wide, so it's going to be a little bit awkward to hold on. But what's interesting is that GuMiho is already transitioning. He is working on Stim, yes, he has an abundance of Marines, but he is already throwing down a factory and a starport. He's going for a later timing with Medivacs, as we should be seeing an add-on swap. We should be seeing those Medivacs in production. So an interesting variation here out of GuMiho. Behind this, he's mining out these patches, going to be working on his 3rd CC. And he's already working on these rocks as well. Uh-oh. As herO moves out, he may be caught out. Up! Does he react? No reaction! Ooh, a big loss here. Prism goes down. 4 Stalkers as well. That was the majority of the army for herO. He's got 4 sentries left. Uh-oh. There we go. As he does warp in a wave of Stalkers to reinforce. But that was a big loss for herO. That was 3 Stalkers and 1 Adept down the drain. And GuMiho doesn't turn around. He rotates around. He's looking to deny the 3rd base. Drop is spotted by the hallucination. And we'll see if herO can do the same. As he does look to counter. No! No shot. What is happening? GuMiho loses a full medevac full of Marines. We trade blow for blow. Ay, ay, ay. Also, is this meant to be happening? Okay, interesting. As the army's pushing forward into the natural base, overcharges pop, but the shield battery goes down. We do have enough to hold on though. With the arrival of the Immortal and the Colossus, herO, he will hold, loses 5 workers in the process, but does defend nonetheless. Also, has this been patched? If you remember, the last time we saw these rocks attacked, it was cut in half, where half of these rocks were tied to HP and the other half were tied to the other. But every single rock here is taking damage. And I don't think that was happening before. So I don't know if this is intentional or a bug. For those wondering, it was last week when we were casting and the HP of these rocks was cut in half. As in, half of these rocks would have like 1 health pool and the other half would have another health pool. But they're all going down together. Interesting. Here we go. We have a double drop here on the right hand side, getting across the map, looking to deny the 3rd base once again. We're able to scan ahead of time. The herO isn't too far behind, so he should be able to react, but GuMiho does get the unload. Do dive on forward. We get the pylon. The pylon force a cancel on the shield battery as well. herO will hold on to his 3rd, but not without some losses. GuMiho does back off, building up his forces, working on his biotank army, taking his 3rd. And I would say that GuMiho's in a pretty good position from this point. This 3rd base was taken much faster compared to the 3rd base of herO. So GuMiho, he is skyrocketing ahead when it comes to the economy, and that is being reflected in the size of the army as well. 4 TC on location. GuMiho just getting further ahead. Meanwhile, herO is still saturating his bases. He's working on Storm. Now, obviously, herO will be strongest if he does take a defensive position back at home with shield batteries, with, of course, warp-ins. But we'll see what kind of timing GuMiho goes for and how he manages to move out across the map. Fourth base is scouted, is confirmed by herO. He sees, he knows. Meanwhile, GuMiho is already working on Liberators. Not entirely... Okay, they're going to be used with the main army. I was like, I'm not too sure if he's going to be harassing with them, but yeah, GuMiho, he's just turtling up here on 4 bases. Looking to max out, and he will be the first to max out as well. This herO is taking his own 4th, still mustering up his forces. Tech-wise, we have Blink, we have Charge, +1, +2 is on the way. From here, he should be working towards Disruptors. Oh no, going Immortals instead. This is something that I saw MaxPax playing around with. Just because of the change to the Disruptor, we have seen some Protoss players go for double Robo Immortal production instead to support the Colossus. The reasoning for this is because Disruptors do take quite a lot more supply nowadays. So, in the late game, you do have less Disruptors available. There it is, +1 air attack on the way. We have a Sky Toss transition upon us. That's all good and all, but the reality is that GuMiho is going to hit first. He is soon to max out. Ghost Academy, we have, oh god, 2 more starports on the way. Fusion Core as well for Lib Range. I would love BCs, but Lib Range should be coming out here from GuMiho. Ship weapons. And yeah, GuMiho is just snowballing out of control. Now, of course, there is a world where if GuMiho pushes out and he takes like some big storms to the face, he will die. Like, there's always that chance. There's always that opportunity. Definitely. There are a lot of High Templar, don't get me wrong. But there it is. 3 Stargates get thrown down. Carriers and Tempests are on the way. Yamato? Oh my god. GuMiho. Papi. We don't go for Lib Range, we go straight for Yamato instead? He's crazy. Okay. Cutting some corners here. A corner that I wasn't expecting to be cut. And BC production has commenced. We have Tech Labs. We have Tech Labs thrown down. Oh my, he's a madman. I love it. So yeah, GuMiho, he is taking this like more defensive turtle style to the limit. Now the downside is that I do think that he missed a window. I do think that his overwhelming army could have potentially killed herO if he had moved out, but instead GuMiho is just chilling back at home and he's allowing herO to max out as well and allowing herO to get into Sky Toss. So even though I do think GuMiho had certain timings available to him, he doesn't go for them, and we're going for the late game instead. Now, whether this is a mistake or not, yet to be determined. Yet to be determined, as, again, battlecruisers are pretty insane. Yamatos are pretty insane. This is typically a very difficult thing to get into in TVP. It's very difficult to survive long enough to get into mass BC. But because of the nature of Radisset Station, I mean, both players are free to tech up into the late game. It's just the way the map works. There you go. Carrier production has commenced. Alongside the BCs. Hallucinations are being sent out, and herO does need to get a read on what's going on. He doesn't know. Oof, and he up. Did he see? I don't think he did. I don't think he saw those BCs. Again, carriers are not ideal in this position. We need Void Rays, Tempest. 2 more Stargates, 4 more Starports. Dark Shrine is on the way. We're just going for everything we can. Oh! As the storm does catch a medevac. It's a bit of a skirmish going on in the center of the map. +2 air attack is on the way, and yeah, we're just Chilean. BCs are skirting the edge of the map, and we are getting into the main bases here of herO. And here we go, the BCs, they make their way in towards the main. So far unscattered, but only 2 battle cruisers. I was assuming that we were just going to bank up a little bit more, but no, we're pulling the trigger. We're going for it, going straight for the main. We do force a recall. The Yamato is done, and we can Yamato the carriers. First carrier goes down, and the BCs, they teleport to the bottom right. They're going for the economy. Going for the fresh mining base. And so just getting into more battle cruisers. Yeah. Now the downside here for GuMiho is that he does have to refine his army. He does have to throw away some of the bio to get into more BCs, or even throw away some of the liberators. GuMiho, he is on 91 workers, and this high worker count is working against GuMiho, especially when it comes to Terran. You don't need this many workers. Once you get enough orbitals out, you're going to be relying a lot more on mules as the game progresses. Goes Zelda going down. Immortal drop slipping in towards the main bases. Oof, Prism goes down, but the Immortals, they're dropped in to make it into the third. And they will eventually get cleaned up. And immediately we throw down a line of turrets, aware that, you know, these Immortals were getting damage done and we don't want to have that bite us in the back. Oh, we're muling. Okay. We're rallying SCVs, we're working through the wall. As the battle cruisers do reveal themselves once again. High Templar goes down, the probes as well. The carriers are responding, but again, weaken Yamato. Was it the BCs they teleport on in the Yamato, the Colossus? High Templar, they try to storm, they do what they can. But the BCs, they do reign supreme. This goal base is not going to get up and running. It will go down. That's a kill, not a cancel. Colossus are falling as well. herO losing quite a lot, but what's important is that he's at least keeping his carriers alive. He's making 5 at a time. And we'll see if herO can push out from here. Meanwhile, herO's actually out of minerals. I didn't realize how strapped for cash he was. GuMiho has a massive bank with his previously 91 SCV count. As he throws away more workers, he realizes that he has too many. Needs to free up supply. But GuMiho, he can take a fight and then remax. herO cannot. As the BCs, we're committing to a big counterattack. GuMiho hitting the goal base, hitting the fourth. Oh, the Yamato. Another carrier goes down. We are killing battlecruisers, but again, it just takes 2 Yamatos to kill a carrier. Oh, we have a nuke. Show us the nuke, Poppy. Show us the nuke. There it is. Nuke into the natural. The main army of herO pushing out across the map, sending everything out across the map even. And we may have enough carriers, we may not have enough anti-air. We have 6 Marines, we have 7 BCs. Nuke does land, but herO doesn't care about the nuke, not anymore. herO has a massive army. Okay, Yamato's are going up. 1, 2, 3 carriers go down in an instant. But here he's breaking on through. The repairs may not be good enough. As the BCs, they teleport to safety. Oh no, they teleport on top of the army. Oh my god. The Yamato's going off once again, and GuMiho, he closes the distance. He can focus down as many of these carriers as he can. 5 left, but 3 come in to reinforce. Does herO have enough? Ugh. It's close, but I think the carriers there, they're going down far too quickly. 3 carriers remaining. The Vikings come in to reinforce, and every carrier goes down. Now herO is going for a ground toss transition. He's going for some Blink Stalkers. GuMiho is burning through his bank. He takes down the final carrier. Back in the main base there, he's got plenty to defend. He's got Marines, Marauders, Vikings, BCs. And herO can't do anything against this. I would like to calm down on Viking production. I would as we're scanning the bases, making sure that there's no more Skytels coming out. Now, both players have burned through their mineral bank, and GuMiho did invest quite a lot into these Vikings. Not helping too much. Let's see additional scans. Just getting a read on the economic situation of herO. The GGs. The Dark Templar. They're waddling in. Unscattered. Oh, there we go. They do get scattered. So they're headed for the main. Meanwhile, this score base will not finish. Cannot finish. 3-3 is done for GuMiho. DTs are doing what they can. But they do get cleaned up. We had an awkward jump there from GuMiho. But he's just having some fun. Again, he's just looking to deny these bases. Starve out herO, as herO is running out of money. He's running out of mineral patches. This is his most important mining base. herO knows that he recalls over. He has storms. Oh! He has 2 more storms in the chamber. 1 more, that is it. Good connections here on the Marines, but there's still so much left over. As the rest of the main army is coming in, herO can still take a fight. Oh my god, there are so many storms. He's got 4 left. As they are thrown down, I think we have 1 more, and it will connect. Cleaning up the bio army of GuMiho. But the battle cruisers, they're coming back home. I mean, herO does hold on to his base. Does hold on. The battle cruisers, they turned around for a moment, but they turned back around towards the natural. Just going to be teleporting to the bottom right, punishing the fresh mining base here of herO. Likewise, herO's doing the same. Takes down the planetary. Planetary falls. Oof. As Yamato's go off, and herO, he will lose mining here. GuMiho still has a massive army, still has plenty of ghosts. And I think that GuMiho will still just take this in the end. It's just too much of a lead, too much of an advantage. herO is starved out. He just cannot mine. Doesn't have an economy. Not anymore. No more High Templar. No more ghosts. Sorry, no more High Templar. No more storms. Plenty of ghosts. As the Archons, they run into the battle cruisers. And GuMiho has maxed out. Oh. And again, this was there was quite a lot that played into this, to be fair. Quite a lot of the ghosts are exposed. Rough trade for GuMiho, but he has more than enough to clean this up. Storms to the face. He can take it. He likes the storm to the face badly. As he stims on forward, it takes down more of these stalkers. Nova zones back the army. But GuMiho can keep on pushing. Again, as a reminder, GuMiho, he did have a much faster 3rd and faster 4th base. His economy was just always superior to that of herO's. herO intentionally did delay his own expansions, and he was punished for it. And GG gets called. GuMiho, after a long drawn out game 1, he does take game number 1 and a lead in the series. GG. GG, well played. Whew. Again, I see in the chat, carriers are garbage. They have their place, but here in PvT against battle cruisers specifically, carriers are not ideal. They tickle battle cruisers, and as we can see, it only takes 2 Yamatos to kill a carrier. We had a lot of Yamatos. A lot of Yamatos were available. So herO just amassing an army that wasn't too ideal. On top of that, he didn't have an economy. Just didn't have an economy to sustain a proper transition and a proper follow-up. He was starved out from the get-go, and well done. Very well done here by GuMiho. Now, bearing in mind, after wind it all back, what we just saw, very unique to Radisson Station. Very unique game. We typically won't see a situation where both players just turtle up, take 4 bases, take 5 bases, and go into Sky Terran and Sky Toss. That typically doesn't happen, only because Radisson Station really favors that style a lot, that turtle style. That's why we were able to see that, why we were able to witness that. But I'm sure we'll be seeing a very different game here in the rest of the series. As spawning. Oh. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, in the bottom left of Alkyone, we have the South Korean Protoss player representing CranKy Gaming down in the series, but not out. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player leading the series 1-0. It is GuMiho. Here we go. But again, only because we were on Radisson Station, we were able to just rush into the late game. From here, though, I'm sure we're going to be seeing a much more back and forth and dynamic early to mid game. We'll have a very different outlook on this, as herO is going to be sending out his first probe. Hello. Zealot is on the way as well. herO throws out a proxy pylon across the map, and this is looking like a second gateway setup here for herO. Okay, so basically we have the first Zealot on the way from here across the map. I believe it's going to be an Adept, and then a Stalker back at on GuMiho's side as well. As we are waiting a little bit longer, this may not be a gateway. If we wait for the Cybercore, this could be a Stargate. Okay. Yeah, show us the Stargate. Both gases were taken, and herO is looking to be the aggressor. As he even mines through those minerals, hiding that probe. GuMiho, he scouts, he checks, he finds the proxy Stargate. He's aware of what's going on. He is preparing back at home. CC on the high ground was an economic opener, was a Rax expand into a second gas. Second pylon is thrown down, the probe will fall. So this Oracle will come out. Regardless of what happens, the Oracle is on the way. Void, Void, do we have a second probe? We don't. Okay. Interesting. So it's going to be proxy Void Ray. No shield batteries, though. We have seen herO do this before with shield batteries to support, but there aren't any shield batteries remaining. We do have a bunker on the low ground. We have Marines to fill it up. We have Cyclones on the way. Now, proxy Void Ray is more deadly in the current patch because Cyclones no longer have a long reach. They no longer have a long lock-on. The range has been reduced, so Void Rays do have an easier time against Cyclones, but we have a bunker set up, we have a starport on the way. GuMiho should be fine against this, and herO is expanding. herO is expanding. He shouldn't be able to break through. We have a scan into the main, just to get a read on what's going on. GuMiho just trying to get a feel on how committed herO is. And herO is making a second Void Ray and even a third. Oh, he's going for the Cyclone. Ooh. Doesn't get it though. Cyclone will go down. Doesn't take too long at all. It's a very fragile unit. But the Vikings have arrived and GuMiho should be fine. As Reaper does get shut down, does get eyes on the expansion. herO going to be switching gears and going for a Twilight Council. Scan confirms additional Void Rays on the way, and there are no shield batteries. Oh, and upon seeing those additional Void Rays, GuMiho does pull back. Okay. Can very safe play out of GuMiho. He doesn't want to expose himself. He doesn't want to lose anything needlessly. Viking is going to get targeted down. We only made one Viking. Second one is on the way. Yeah, but with that second Viking, we should be able to shut down at least one of those Void Rays. Oh, and the second Void Ray as well. Can we get it? We barely cannot. The army recalls back home, and GuMiho can finally expand. And now you have to take stock. Not quite. Do have Adepts to harass as well. But GuMiho, he has been pumping out SCVs. He Maynards, he saturates his natural base immediately as the Adepts shade into the main. Oof. Three SCVs go down. But GuMiho takes control of his side of the map. The Adepts are trying to keep him pinned. Last GuMiho, he's able to, again, regain control. Moving out. Back at home, it is not Blink. We're going for Charge. Interesting. Chargelet Archon with a proxy pylon being set up as well. So herO being very aggressive. It's just, I'm having a hard time reading herO right now just because he's taking up in a lot of different directions. He hasn't thrown down a third CC. Adepts do make their way across the map, and they do not get into the main. And GuMiho is committed with his push. Now he's pushing into a shield battery, 2 Void Rays. There isn't much at home to defend, but charge is done, and we do have some Zealot reinforcements. Quite a lot, actually. The tanks are in a good position. Here we go. The Zealots say, do charge on forward. Tanks are being lifted, and the Zealots say, get on top of the tanks. And herO will completely clean this up. Oh my god. I shouldn't have doubted herO. Again, plenty of Zealots to defend. They were unscouted. They were unseen by the scan. And herO suddenly takes control of the wheel. He's in the driver's seat. We have a proxy gateway across the map. There's almost nothing at home to defend. The tank count was reset. And herO's pushing out. GuMiho is up against the wall. He has the bare minimum to hold on here. He's got 2 bunkers on the way. Marines without Stim. Stim is going to finish up in a couple of seconds. Stim is done. It looks like GuMiho will hold. Now herO has to make a choice. Do we double down or do we expand? We should be expanding. There we go. Third base is on the way. There's nothing forcing herO to push into this natural. Containing his opponent is good enough. As herO just backs off, he's taking his third, working on Storm. Drop is coming across the map. Only a single medevac. Sorry, only a single Widowmine. As more than anything, GuMiho just wants to scout, wants to get a read on what is going on, how many bases there are, what kind of army composition we're going for. As GuMiho is even pushing through the center as well. Bold move out of GuMiho. Oh, he's running into a Zealot army. Does force it back. Mind Drill comes in. 6 workers go down. Good start. A very good start. As the second Mind Drop goes in towards that natural base, and so far there is a reaction. Oh, As we got another mine here in towards the third. Do we borrow in time? We do! Up! Getting 2 more workers. At the same time, it looks like we did have a drop across the map as well. 12 SCVs for 14 probes. I believe that was a storm drop. Am I crazy? Yeah. As both players are hurting, GuMiho does maintain his economic lead. He has, of course, he has those mules as well. As herO is pushing out with a pretty comparable army. He has storms. He does have storms available. And he is forcing GuMiho back. Massive storms on the army. Oh my god. Despite all the economic damage, it may not even matter. We still have 2 storms left. As we go for another mine. The mine drops, they just don't stop. They do not stop. As herO pushes into the third, it denies the third TC. Does he have enough to break through? It looks like he does, especially with these storms. The bunkers, they were salvaged. And the storms connect. And that is the final storm here for herO. Oh, he's running out of gateway units. More High Templar are trickling on in. He has 1 storm, 2 even. They connect. Massive connections. And herO barely breaks through. There's 2 Marauders left. Reinforcements are coming in. 20 SCVs went down. Across the map, I think the mines are still going off. But herO has done it. He barely breaks through into the main, onto the production. This was a messy game. It was a messy game, don't get me wrong. But GG gets called and herO takes game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played. Very messy, very back and forth. Both players, they had their moments. Both players definitely had momentum at certain stages of the game. I do think that herO was in the driver's seat when GuMiho overextended, when he pushed out with his 3 tanks, and when he ran into a Zealot army, he got completely cleaned up. At the same time, though, both players were hurting worker-wise. We had herO come in with a storm drop that we did miss, unfortunately, but there was a storm drop that did come in. Likewise, GuMiho with his constant mine harass also crippling the economy of herO, so it all just came down to an all-in. It all came down to one big push, and herO barely pushed through. GG. GG. Up next, we are getting into game 3 to determine who takes a lead in this series, who gets an advantage on Solaris. As it looks like the players need some time. They need a moment to themselves. And that's okay. we can take a moment. Ugh. We can take a moment here. And of course, you know, our players, they can take as much time as they need. It's all good. We are here at their behest. Their behest. And outside of these first 2 games, I feel like we still haven't really gotten a read on like who the favorite player is. It's just been so chaotic, right? Like game 1 was just, you know, rush into the late game, you know, it's fine, it's Radisson Station. Game 2 here, just hyper aggression. Just hyper aggression from herO, and then GuMiho as well. Things just got down and dirty. Bit of a knife fight where herO barely came out on top. Are we gonna get a standard game? No. With GuMiho and herO? Nah, Bobby, no, not happening. Not like this. As yeah, we are getting ready for that 3rd game. Again, I hope everyone in the chat have been enjoying themselves as well. I'll be honest, I look forward to having a break tonight from casting. It's been pretty intense. We had what, like 5 days straight of 2 casts each day. It was it started on Thursday. Thursday was the WTL show match, right? And then Friday was WTL alongside some other events, like of course KSL and Sparkling Tuna Cup. And sorry, Tenacious Turtle Tussle. We had Korea versus the world, and yeah, I've been staying up very late because of all those events. Going to bed like past 4 a.m. It's been brutal, Bob. It's been brutal. As I say that, my sleep schedule's still going to be ruined because after this event, I'm totally just going to bed. Well, it's tempting. I'd like some breakfast first, and then maybe a shower. We'll have to remake. We'll have to remake here. Wrong caster, wrong player. Smooch. Oh, good. Setfast is saying, I screenshotted the victory screen. It counts, Bobby, it counts. Aye. So we're getting into our next game. But yeah, I'm still on the fence if I want to stream after this or not. Still very on the fence. If I want a ladder. I don't know if my headspace is really where it needs to be to ladder right now. I'm still my brain is still in bed, Papi. I'm still asleep. It's not good, not good. Here we go. In the bottom left-hand corner of Solaris, we have the South Korean Protoss player. Tying up the series 1-1 in the last game, it is herO. And spawning in the top right, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player representing himself, the ESL Master Summer runner-up. It is GuMiho. Oh boy. Alright, and this time, no proxy. This time, herO just going for a straight up probe scout. It's going to be as annoying as possible, doing what Protoss do best with their probes, tasing away at these SCVs. And we have an economic opener here out of GuMiho, or what looks to be an economic opener. What looks to be a racked expand. It's difficult to predict GuMiho at times, at the best of times. So I don't want to assume too much, but again, looks very economic. Only a single gas opener here out of GuMiho. Behind this. Ooh, okay. A double gate opener out of herO. Very interesting. Very aggressive. The aggression, it does not end. Cybercore now thrown down. So, with a 2-gate opener like this, we will have an abundance of gateway units in the early game. We have a Zealot on the way, eventually Adepts, additional Stalkers. herO is going to be very aggressive, but oh my, interesting. Okay, so herO, I believe, as he loses, he loses an SCV. No, GuMiho, no, Smooch. The probe is a menace. It gets an SCV. Wait. Did GuMiho kill the SCV himself? Is that why it doesn't show when units lost? No shot. Instead of repairing, did he kill it? Not like this. So a rough start here, but what's important is that GuMiho doesn't go for a racked expand. It was a single gas opener, yes, but he's going for a cyclone. He's going for a factory first, so a very safe variation here out of GuMiho with a safety cyclone. It means that even though we do have a double gate opener, GuMiho, he will have units to defend. Is it going to be enough though? Because we're doubling down. It's looking like a one-base all-in. Robo is thrown down here for herO. He's coming out with his Zealots, with his Stalkers. Adepts are coming out behind this as well. Oh, herO is looking to make sure this base does not finish. And even more than that, as herO, he dies on the Cyclone. The Cyclone is one shot from going down, and it will be chased down by that Stalker. Good control out of herO. He keeps the second Stalker alive, and this CC is going to be heavily delayed. Adepts are on the way, and there's nothing that GuMiho can really do about this. He's got a mine, sure, he's got some vanilla Marines. Oh, the mine! Good shots, good splash damage as well. He gets both of those Adepts. That was the best case scenario for GuMiho. herO, he face checked that ramp. Behind this, third gateway, Prism is on the way. One base all in. Straight up one base play here from herO. He does force a cancel on the CC. It's being rebuilt, it's being remade. Now GuMiho does take position here on top of the ramp, but the ramp can be bypassed with that Prism. We can just ignore it to go straight into the main. Again, Stim is a ways off. Tank as well. Again, I am concerned for GuMiho. I feel like this may end before it really begins. Now, we do have two Winter Mines on top of the ramp, so herO has to be very careful, but of course he can blink with that Prism. Oh my god. Ooh, he just forces his way in, takes a couple of hits. Stalkers go down, but we don't care. We just force our way up the ramp anyway. Boys have to be pulled. Depots are going down. That tank is not going to finish. Not anytime soon. Yeah, and herO is snowballing out of control. The SCVs do get us around, but good juggling from herO. That's what I mean when I say he has blink. He has a War Prism. Basically blink. Tank does come out. Can herO hold? There's almost nothing left. The tank will siege, but no, herO, he dives on it. Oh, he takes a lot of hits. He loses a lot of Stalkers in the process. But he's done the damage that he's been looking for. 19 SCVs go down. The Prism falls. No more reinforcements. GuMiho, can he hold? He's down to 8 SCVs. He's down to 8 workers. Ay, ay, ay. Now here, he did overextend when he dove on top of that tank. Did lose quite a lot. But back at home, herO, if you wanted to, he can expand. He is far enough ahead. As he just decides to rebuild the Prism. And he's just not stopping. And herO doesn't need to be honest. herO, he doesn't need to stop. If he's able to get on top of that tank, he can win the game. The tank, though, is going to be the backbone of GuMiho's army. Is going to be sieging up. Oh, no. I mean, herO, if he wanted to, he could just ignore the tank and he could just go straight for the mineral line. The wall is not a wall. And the shades, there's nothing to stop him from going into the main. We have options. Do we go for the mineral line or do we go for the tank? We're going for the Marines! We commit to the shade. Marines are being cleaned up. We just warp in right on top of the tank as well. And there is nothing left from GuMiho. Handful of Marines and one Viking. GG gets called and herO will take a lead in this series. He will take game number 3. GG. Just committing to the all-in and snowballing out of control. Ooh. Again, that was just a really rough position for GuMiho to be in, especially without a bunker. Basically, GuMiho didn't realize that it was a one-base all-in until it was too late. If he did, then we would have seen a bunker thrown down. We would have seen a stronger defensive line. But alas, he just didn't really know. He was in the dark. He was in the dark as to what herO was up to. And with that, herO does get the win. And we'll see if it all ends here. Does it all end here? herO, he's one game away from becoming our champion. Meanwhile, GuMiho has to fight back here and now. Next stream should just be KFC. What is our next stream actually? Let's see. I think so. Yeah, our next class is Kung Fu Cup tomorrow. Ugh. Kung Fu Cup. Deny the experience. True. He's playing Dota. Just need to add on a mothership. So getting into our next game and spawning in the top right hand corner. Oh, as I do have to fix up the nameplates. Bam, there we go. In the top right hand corner of herO, we have the South Korean Protoss player, one game away from ending the series, from becoming our champion, back-to-back champion at that. Representing DragonKy Gaming, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. Down in the series, he needs to fight back here and now to force the ace match. It is GuMiho. Here we go. This ESL Open Cup has been wild. It's been very NA. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great. We've been seeing some pro players off racing. We've been seeing some late game TVP, BC versus Carrier. We saw some Sky Toss earlier against Zerg. Very chaotic cheeses and all-ins. Remember earlier when GuMiho went for the proxy racks against Clem, where he just went Marauder in the main base of Clem? Crazy. It's been a lot of fun. A great way to start the day. Once again, oh, okay, we're good. I saw the second gateway. I was like, mate, is he going for that one base all in again? 2 games in a row? Okay, it's gonna be a gate into Cybercore. Standard opener this time out of herO. Nothing too wild. Not like the previous game. And back at home, GuMiho, once again a very safe variation of a single gas opener, going for a Rax into Factory into CC. Very safe play from my Terran. Oof. Meanwhile, herO edging? Hugging the edge of the map. Maybe edging a little bit as well. With that probe, we're going to try to come in for a bit of a scout. There is a Marine in position and the probe will fall, but not before seeing the CC on the low ground. Very important scout from herO. Getting a read on the situation. Getting a read on what's going on. Forcell does make his way across the map, the Adept as well. The goal here to delay the CC, and we will delay it. The SCV will survive though. Marine goes down. Up! SCV falls, and this is becoming a bit too much. The Reaper gets targeted down as well, and herO does take control of the low ground. This delay becoming longer and longer as the second Adept arrives. Now with the arrival of this Cyclone, GuMiho should be able to commence mining once again. Oh my god, the lock-on is crazy. There we go, as the CC resumes building and herO goes back home. Does turn back around, is attempting to hunt down that Hellion. And the Hellion will fall, but not before getting a scout of the main base. He does confirm the tech, he does see the Stargate, as well as the Oracle. Very nicely done. The Oracle has been spotted, the first one already zooming across the map, but we have a Cyclone in position alongside a Widowmine. And the Oracle doesn't get any damage done. Good defense so far here by GuMiho. The chat just catched up. Just caught up. But yeah, so far, solid defense. I mean, it was a bit of a rough early game here for GuMiho to be delayed and be denied his natural for so long. But now it's back up and running. Oh, the mines! Mine goes off on one of those adepts. Widowmine will survive as well. Does get repaired. Again, a good moment here for GuMiho. Good moment overall. God, but herO, he's actually gone up to 3 oracles. Oh my god. We only have the one mine here at the natural. Has been spotted. The adepts, they distract the army, and the oracles, they go straight for the main base. SCV is just getting annihilated. These are vanilla marines. We can't chase them down. The widow mine. Oof. Mine goes off, takes down one of the oracles. The one oracle for 9 SCVs and a widow mine. Well worth it here for herO. As herO backs off, is going to be taking a third base. And GuMiho is pushing out across the map. He's had enough defending. It's against his nature. He wants to be aggressive. He wants to move out. 2 tanks, medevac, Viking as well. Now the move out has been spotted. We did have a revelation on the army. So herO is getting ready back at home. We have a shield batteries. No blink. Twilight Council just now starts, and GuMiho, he avoids the stalkers. He rotates around and he does manage to siege on top of this third base. The oracles are crippling the economy of GuMiho. They're getting a lot of damage done, but I don't see a world where herO can save this nexus. The oracles go down. They only get 3 SCVs. And GuMiho is going to keep on pushing. At the same time, herO goes for his own counterattack. But what do we have back at home? We have a tank. We have a tank in position. GuMiho, he's ready for it. He scans. He sees the army is missing. Oof. Big tank volleys go off. Only 3 stalkers survive. And GuMiho, he's just repositioning, getting within range of the gas geysers. Now we do have some phoenixes. We can't pick up the tanks. We try to. Like herO, he still has the stronger economy. He's working towards his third, and once again he ignores the army. Oh, the Twilight Council though is gonna go down. We cannot save it. Charge will not finish. Big pickoff for GuMiho. Meanwhile, we get across the map. Tank gets lifted. Second tank gets lifted as well. Can we barely get the tank? The stalkers, they kite their hearts out. Second tank will fall. Up, just barely. And this is getting out of hand. This is very quickly getting out of control. There's nothing to stop herO. He takes control of the natural base. Like, GuMiho has been doing well. He's been getting a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. But this still pales in comparison to what herO is doing. GuMiho is stuck on one base. Still no charge. These Zealots are having a hard time engaging. But the stalkers, they're focusing down the stairs. They're gonna get it! No! The base goes down. Ah. The CC falls. We recall back home. The stalkers have arrived. And now herO can focus on cleaning up this push. GuMiho's done a lot with it. He killed the third. He denied gases. But herO doesn't care about his gases. GG gets called. GuMiho doesn't have enough. herO holds, and herO will be our back-to-back ESL Open Cup champion. GG. Last night, herO, he claimed the victory of ESL Open Cup Asia over Bjorn, and here this morning he takes down GuMiho as well. The PvTs, the Terrans, they cannot stop herO, at least not GuMiho or Bjorn. Congratulations, well played, as herO will be our ESL Open Cup Americas champion. Congratulations. And yeah, it was a wild tournament. Very aggressive play overall. We did see some macro games, but the macro games were forced because of the map, to be fair, because of Radisson Station. Yeah, it was was a great variety of games that we were able to see today, and I'm pretty sure I saw more Rataset Station today than I have any other day of the patch. It's typically a vetoed map, and yeah, we got to see it in a lot of series, so I appreciate it. We got to see it in Wayne versus Dark, we got to see it in Wayne versus herO, of course herO versus GuMiho. Good stuff, good stuff. GG, well played. And I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed themselves as well, as we are looking to wrap this up. We are looking to conclude our broadcast here of ESL Americas. GG. GG, well played. If you maybe are tuning in for the first time, this is a weekly. Every single week we have ESL Open Cup Americas. This is the 196th edition. 196 weeks of ESL Americas. That's a lot of weeks. That is a lot of weeks. Ever since the beginning of 2020, ESL have been hosting this event, and it's been a lot of good fun. It's been amazing. It has been beautiful. So yeah, again, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. If you want to tune into more, we got you covered in we have you covered in the coming weeks. As you mentioned before, if you want some more CranKy Duckling action, 1 exclamation mark socials in the chat. 2, our next broadcast is tomorrow. In over 24 hours, we are going to be casting Kung Fu Cup. We're going to be casting the WTL Kung Fu Cup tomorrow evening. So yeah, we do have quite some time until then. I'm going to be enjoying that time, getting some rest, getting some food. I may stream on my own personal channel. If you're interested, bam. Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream throughout the week whenever I can. I typically don't stream over the weekends because the weekends we're really just busy casting. And I may stream today, whether it's in a couple of hours or whether it's a little bit later on. I will try to stream. Just gonna get myself sorted out first, because I'm still a bit tired. I had like 5 hours of sleep today, so maybe some veg first, and then some ladder, So if you're interested, I got you covered there. I think you can click on my name on the title of the Twitch channel if you wish, and you will get a link to that as well. But regardless, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Hope everyone enjoyed. We do have a replay available though. We do have a viewer redemption. Hopefully, oh my, we had 99% in. No shot. 99% in favor of GuMiho in the predictions. Oh my god, you're crazy. Jesus. But we did have a replay redeemed earlier today during the broadcast by Frost. There is one replay to cast, and you know what? I am more than happy to oblige. So I was just trying to think if I wanted to maybe wait a little bit here and just bank up some replays and go for like one big replay cast, but nah, it's fine. We got one to cover. So we are going to be getting ready for it. We are preparing. Okay, so I will need a moment here to prepare myself. So we're going to be going on a short break. Again, we just wrapped up with the ESL Americas. We are done with the pro play. We are now here with the viewer play. The lovely CranKy Duckling viewers in the chat. So yeah, again, if you wish to have your a replay of yours casted, then we do have a point redemption in the chat. I think it's 10k points to get casted. So we got you covered there if you're interested in that sort of thing. So we're going to be going on a short break. Going to set up the overlays. Going to set up the game itself, and we will be diving into one viewer replay. See you soon.